Hey there my friends, and welcome back to my channel. In case you didn't notice, I took last week off and I am back just in time for this ultra powerful week ahead that we've got going on as we're coming into the new moon solar eclipse. Welcome to this week's episode of Tarot for the Soul. First up, I want to say that the energy around this new moon solar eclipse is intense on a lot of different levels. For those of you who watched the Tarot for the Soul episode that was connected to the full moon lunar eclipse that we had a few weeks ago, you know that that eclipse was all about clearing, releasing, letting go, and purging. This solar eclipse that we have in alignment with the new moon happening this Thursday is connected to the north node of the moon, which this is all about inspiring new awarenesses, fresh energies, and new beginnings. Many of us have been really feeling like we're in a little bit of a lull during these past 2 weeks. So if that's you, just know that that's sort of par for the course for the energies that are going on right now. We're all collectively recalibrating our energies right now. So this new moon is happening in the sign of Gemini, which typically brings in more of an energy of playfulness, sociability, light-hearted, spirited energies. However, we've got like 4 planets in water signs. We have Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces and Venus and Mars in Cancer. So the exuberant energy that typically comes with the new moon and the sun in Gemini is gonna be sort of calmed down or dampened down a little bit by all these water influences that we have going on. Some of us might be feeling a little bit emotional this week, definitely tapped into our intuition, which is one of the tools that we have to utilize as we're moving forward through this eclipse energy. I also want to remind us all that Mercury is still retrograde, and astrologically, the chart around this new moon solar eclipse does bring this Mercury retrograde in conjunction with the sun and the moon. So this alignment brings awareness and introspection around who we are, how we feel, and what we desire to express. Remember that Mercury retrograde is a little bit more of an inward time. It's more of a time of reevaluating, reconsidering, reflecting. It's not so much a time of taking action, but we can utilize this energy to our benefit as we're coming into the new moon and the solar eclipse. The Mercury retrograde, all of it together is really going to illuminate awarenesses around what we choose to embody, embrace, activate in the direction of new beginnings in moving forward. Also remember that the energies that are initiated during each eclipse season typically last about 6 months. So for us, this is going to bring us all the way up through the end of this year. We do have another eclipse season at the end of this year, which we'll talk about, when we get there. But this is such a profound week. This is like super ultra powerful energy for really getting clear on how you choose to dedicate and align your energies, your intentions, your motivations. And in gaining that clarity, we can all really rise into this energy of birthing new waves of empowerment, expansion, awareness, forward movement in our lives, again, both individually and collectively speaking. I want to say that it's really important for all of us individually to stay focused for the sake of the collective. Stay focused on what you imagine as being connected to highest and best versions of reality that can come into being for us all right now, collectively. The best use of our energies right now are connected to staying focused on the positive, staying focused on fresh energies, new beginnings, rebirth, renewal, holding space for that in our lives. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into whatever additional spirit messages are wanting to come through. I want to start by sharing a little bit about the messages that have been personally channeling through me about these energies that are unfolding for us this week. It really feels like such a powerful time in the way that we can all get back on track with a deeper sense of revitalized personal empowerment within ourselves, meaning tapping back into our core authentic beingness of who we are in a way that is aligned with the energies of now. So it's like, who am I now? All of the restrictions that we've been up against have served to really kind of pare things down within us as to what's most important to us and what we choose to value and what we choose to embody, express, embrace, and create and moving forward. And it feels like this solar eclipse is giving us that boost of energy that we need to launch into all of that. So for the oracle cards that I'm going to work with today, I just found this new deck. This is going to be my first time working with it. It's called Madame Endora's Fortune Cards. I love this deck. It's a little bit different than a typical tarot deck. However, it does have a lot of the same mythology and symbolism as a traditional tarot deck, which is what I really love about it. Today I'm going to work with a 4-card spread that's specifically looking into the energies of the new moon solar eclipse. So we're going to look at what energies are being birthed, what fresh energies are showing up for us. And then we're going to look at how we can most align with those energies. And then we're going to look at a message from the moon and the message from the sun. So here we go. Let me go ahead and just select some cards here. And I'm picking them now. And here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. The card that's coming up that's revealing what fresh new energies and opportunities are being activated with this new moon solar eclipse is the card called the Chalice, which is about rejuvenation and fulfillment. So this is, of course, on a lot of levels. This is very aligned with everything that I've already said around the energies that are happening this week as we're coming into the new moon solar eclipse. So again, for all of us who've been feeling a little bit worn down, a little bit in a lull, we definitely are in a cycle of rejuvenation. The Chalice is very connected to like the Ace of Cups energy in a usual tarot deck. So this speaks of a revitalization that's happening on sensing feeling levels. It's also about receptivity. I feel like this is a theme that's coming up this week. So with all of those planets that we've got going on in water signs, receptivity, which can look like nurturing ourselves, tending to our self-care, paying attention to what our intuitions are telling us is a big one, receiving the love, the care, the support of others around us. Again, we're all in this together, right? This is a collective awakening that's happening. And so we're contributing to that through the energies that we're putting out there and what we're holding space for, but we also want those energies to be able to come full circle and full manifestation through being receptive as well. Ask yourself, what have I been feeling guided to set into motion? I do want to say that one of the things that I'm sensing that's going on psychically with Mercury retrograde and all of these planets in water signs, in the past week or so, I guarantee there's been a lot of going back and forth between the mind and the intuition aspect of ourselves regarding choices that we're making with things we're feeling guided to set in motion. Our mind might be saying one thing, our intuition might be saying another, and there may have been a lot of going back and forth between those two and feeling a little bit confused about what is what. But as we're coming into the new moon solar eclipse, we can rest assured that clarity is around the corner, okay? So we do have that on our side. it's always best to go with the heart of hearts of what your intuition is speaking to you about, and allow yourself to make decisions based on that. Again, with the Mercury retrograde, it's not so much time to leap into bold action. It's the time to set the space for action, though, to do the groundwork, to prepare. The next card we're going to look at is saying, how can we best align with these fresh new energies that are happening? And it's the card called the Seer, which uncannily, the key words at the bottom of this card say, follow your intuition. So we've already talked a lot about this. The best way for us to align with the energies of new beginnings, rebirth, renewal in our life that's coming not only with the new moon, but the solar eclipse, is to really stay tapped into your intuition and follow it. Trust and follow your instincts and your intuition. You may want to do some journaling about your intuition. You may want to pay attention to your dreams, your actual nighttime dreams this week. With all of the planets happening in water signs, dream time can be more active this week. Oftentimes, when we feel preoccupied in our waking reality, or we feel in some way blocked from our intuition in our waking reality, it will come through in our dream time. So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your intuition. It's the best way for us to align with the energies of new beginnings that are showing up for us this week. The message from the moon is a card called the Golem. The message in this card is community oriented in the way that the key words at the bottom of this card says, a close friend acts on your behalf. So if we're looking at this in more of a broader collective sense, I would say that it goes back to this Chalice energy about being open and receptive. Allow people who want to support you, want to lend their energetic encouragement, want to lend a helping hand. Allow yourself to receive the positive energy and support of your loved ones. Just as you happily lend your energetic support to your friends in need. So you might find yourself in the position of receiving the generosity of a friend who's acting on your behalf this week, or you might be the one who is that friend who's generously acting on the behalf of someone else. And it can go both ways. Reciprocation feels to be a key here, especially since this is the message that's coming with the moon, right? So receptivity, reciprocation. Let's all hold space and put positive light into the world this week so that we can create almost like an energetic grid that can become the blueprint for this higher vibrational reality that we're all shifting into. And then the message from the sun, which is about self-expression. It's the sacred masculine. If the moon is the sacred feminine, it's about sensing, feeling, being, allowing. The sun is the sacred masculine. It's being empowered in self-expression, empowered in taking action, empowered in making decisions. And the card that's coming up is called the Spirit. And the key words at the bottom of this card say, unseen forces watch over you. So we are all being divinely guided, supported, protected, and blessed. We have to remember that. We've been in this sort of cocooning type of phase for the past few weeks as we've been in this process of purging, clearing, releasing. Again, most of us have felt like we're in a little bit of a lull, but we are going to be coming out of that as this new moon is gaining momentum over the course of the next week. So this is a really good week to actively reach out to your spirit guides, to actively connect with spirit, whether it's your own higher self, cosmic consciousness, spirit guides that you work with. This is a really empowering week to co-create with spirit based on what your intuitive guidance is compelling you towards. So this is such a dynamically interesting and empowering week. I'm super excited that we all get to experience this shift together. I'd love to know how you've been experiencing this energy as it's been unfolding through this eclipse season. Drop me a comment below and let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in. I so appreciate it. Please stay tuned. More videos are right around the corner. Much love, guys. Blessings and namaste.